Bengaluru, and this is in regard to heavy rain accompanied by thunderstorms that lashed the city, leading to waterlogging in several low-lying areas. And what the Met Office is really saying is that the city has received 40 millimeters of rainfall in a matter of 24 hours, and we have been seeing this over the last 3 to 4 days, Radhika. And the city is completely submerged. And this is not even the monsoon season. The monsoon season is yet to arrive in the country. We are at least 10 days away from the monsoon season hitting Kerala to begin with. So, of course, a lot of mayhem that's been caused, and we're seeing a repeat of that early this morning as well.
That's right. Many parts of the city bearing brunt of the downpour with severe inundation as well, and vehicles partially submerging, flooded houses. Those are the sites as far as the IT city is concerned. For more on this, we're joined by Deepak. Deepak, of course, rains lashing IT city. Many places we believe are waterlogged at this point. Take us through the details. Any alert being issued? What's the situation on the ground?
In HPR layout, and where I'm standing and the situation that I'm in is an indicator of how bad the situation here it is. Right now there's water up to the hip level as I go deeper into this residential layout in HPR layout. All across, at least 3 to 4 crosses here, water has entered their houses. Right now it has reduced partially, at least by about 2 feet. No officials from the BPMP or now what you may call the Greater Bengaluru Authority has really come in here. Nobody from the fire department as well. There is, of course, sometimes flooding that is witnessed in these areas, but this time it is much more. The rains came in late in the night. It's at least, for about 2 hours, there was a lot of rainfall for the residents. They had nowhere to go. As of now, several of them still stuck inside their houses, not able to even go step outside to get themselves a packet of milk, or even bread. And many of them using, their own ways to try and clear the water, which has, of course, gushed into their houses. Let me try and speak to one of the residents here. How bad is the situation in your house? As I can see, of course, water has entered most of their houses too.
See, it is really bad. What level of water you're seeing now, at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, this was 2 feet above this. So you can see there's an elderly person here, and his house gets flooded. Yesterday he got 2 feet of extra barricade built out. That's not also helping. So you can imagine, I don't know how much he can build. It's almost like 2 feet from the road to his house. He's improved it. And if he has to prevent it, it's another 3 or 4 feet. And he's really elderly person. So it's really bad.
Okay, and for people, I spoke to a few of them as I was, passing through some of these residential houses. They're saying they're not able to get out of their house. Now, fortunately, there's no school. There's a young boy here, of course, who of course, now can stay at home. But this happens time and again during monsoon as well. So for students, for people going to work, how difficult is it?
See, you don't get out of the house. I take off, kids don't go to school. You can't get out of the house now like this. I mean, this is like slush water. It's not even like rainwater.
Absolutely.
So the moment you get out, you need to go back and then take a bath. So if this happens, everybody is inside, there's no milk, there's no school, everything is off. You're at your house, till it resides. After that, you'll have to get out of the house.
Well, it's quite unfortunate that this happens time and again, but there doesn't seem to be any solution. I'm going to show you this, residence. This is just one example. As Govind, of course, now wades through these waters. It is slushy. It's quite difficult. I'm just going to request Govind as well to be extremely careful as he, passes through this stretch. And water has completely entered this residential house. I'm going to try and show you these pictures. And here you can see him standing inside his own house with water over his ankle. And this has reduced. He has used a bucket to flush out the water. You can see all his furniture, and he's showing us the level of water. That's almost up to the knee level. Furniture completely destroyed. Electric appliances, of course, as well damaged. Sir, how bad is the situation? So I know it's quite unfortunate. I feel extremely sorry for you. I hope the officials, of course, take note of this. How difficult was it for you last night?
It was very difficult. We were caught by surprise yesterday. Even the car now has to be repaired. And we were sleeping when this happened. This has been happening for the last 10 years. It's at least 4 to 5 times it's getting inundated. The layout is very badly planned. If you go on your way out, if you can see, every gutter that's crossed is a hump. Water cannot go. It has very little place to go.
Fortunately, you have another floor on top.
Yes, but unfortunately, I'm a sick man also, a diabetic and other things. So
that's your kitchen. It's completely still flooded, isn't it?
Yes, these are all. See, the cylinder just now. I requested my wife to make some coffee for me. because my sugar will go down.
Yeah.
I cannot eat anything. I can't open the fridge.
Yeah.
Everything is
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, the Raj Kalwe, they are not completing the work.
I heard from many of the residents, the stormwater drain or the Raj Kalwe as it's called here in Karnataka, there is pending work. It was supposed to happen in a few months. As usual, the infrastructure work, of course, continues for several years. It exceeds the timeframes that have been set by the civic agencies. But here, these are really unfortunate scenes. You can see the bedding completely gone, the furniture completely destroyed. Water has entered each and every part of the house. And I'm going to, in fact, now step out to try and show you more pictures of inundation, of damage. So please come here, yes, if you don't mind. Yeah, he wants to add something. Let me try and get in this work.
There are two things more I want to say. This area is more than 30 years old. We are still not connected to a to a sewage treatment plant. And about a year back, they were planning to do something called the ISPS. Yeah. The minister had come, he did the digging, and the priest did the pujari, but nothing else. And also, they went under the railway line. Yeah. That can solve a lot of problems.
Absolutely. That's the Thai layout as well, which is being affected by that.
Nearly 2 years they have...
not done anything.
Yeah, I'm not saying that our problem should be solved to transfer it to another.
A permanent solution is what you're looking at.
But
well, sir, I'm just going to. I think we've put out what you said. We'll of course try and get in a few more voices from this, residential area as well, because this is not limited to one home. This is limited to this is of course multiple people who've been affected by this. Another resident has just come in here. So if you also live close by, it seems. How bad is the situation at your house?
It's extremely bad. We've not been able to turn on the motor as well because the drainage system is totally blocked. Mm-hmm. So we've not been able to take bath as well. I mean, it's been quite some time. This water is not at all getting recycled at all. Yeah. It's been quite some time. It's already been about 4 or 5 hours since we've been staying in this kind of chaotic situation.
Yeah. I'm going to, of course, ask you to join us. How far do you stay from where we are standing right now?
That's our house.
Could you come with us? We'll probably walk towards your house to show our viewers the situation. It's extremely difficult for people to wade through these waters. It is slippery. It is difficult as we, of course, wade through these waters. Some of the vehicles as well completely damaged. I'm going to ask Govind to show you. Now, some of these vehicles that are parked on top of a pathway or a footpath of sorts. That's why you're looking at the water just up to the tire. As I now walk through this stretch, now you will be able to see more pictures of vehicles as well submerged, and that would mean permanent damage, and many of them have been dealing with this problem. Now, one of the residents there mentioned, of course, for 35 long years some of these houses have remained. So has it taken governments so long to really find these solutions? That's the biggest question. Of course, time and again, we see these sort of problems plague the city. There is, of course, a heavy rainfall that was witnessed, especially in the electronic side, Silk Board area as well. There was flooding there too. Traffic pile-ups, of course, has been a big problem. But for these people living in their homes right now, the least that they can expect is officials to turn up here and help them at least get some sort of breakfast, or even help some of the elderly citizens get out of their homes if they need in terms of an emergency situation. Back to you in the studios.